Well, there's a rumor that Jodie Whittaker's going to leave Doctor Who after her third season playing the Doctor. And apparently there's another rumor that we'll get some confirmation of that very soon. But as to who would replace her, well, we don't know yet. In my opinion, the obvious replacement would be Joe Martin in order to fix that ridiculous anomaly of her being some pre-Hartnell doctor and all of that, which I think is utter crap. I think it would be best if she was in some story explaining why there's certain bits of her memory, and you could expand on that and what the mystery was, and that the Timeless Child was referring to something else entirely, whether it's the Master was the Timeless Child, or Susan was the Timeless Child, or nobody was the Timeless Child. Yeah, Sergeant Benton was the Timeless Child. Whatever. But it creates this problem that you need to deal with. But chances are they won't and aren't really thinking about continuity and plot and story. They haven't been so and for a long time now anyway. So the idea is now they're thinking, oh crap, let's hurry up and get a male doctor in there. Which, hey, I can understand. So right now, once again, oddly enough, Chris Marshall is the favorite. He was the favorite when Capaldi stepped down, and everyone was placing bets on him, and it looked like that was it. It was a done deal. And then, bam, all of a sudden, Jodie Whittaker's the doctor. And he's like, well, why was he even mentioned in all of this? Was it thought, oh, maybe he was going to be in the show as a companion or something? No, he had nothing to do with it. But here he is again. And so, I don't know, maybe he remains the favorite. There's been quite a few other women that were mentioned, of course, to replace her. Again, if they were going to do that, I would say just stick with Joe Martin. And one of these ideas is that the trouble the BBC is in, if they could restore Doctor Who, it would be some cash infusion for them. And I don't just mean an HBO Max deal. I mean to get the merchandise back up if they had a popular series. But it's an expensive show to keep going, so could they actually maintain a full series, even if it's one of 10 episodes? I thought the solution would be sort of like specials, where there would be maybe 4 or 5 for a year. And that could be Joe Martin doing that. And if they want to hurry up and get back to a male doctor, so she does that. Now, look, what if she's becomes a hot property and the show takes off with her? Well, maybe you can change course with the regeneration. But then you have her, so whatever, she regenerates into Chris Marshall, what have you, and you could do that. The only other option is just to say Chibnall was lying and Joe Martin really was an alternate universe doctor or timeline or what have you, which they could do as well. So what have you, Chris Marshall seemed to be the more popular one. However, another guy whose name pops up from time to time was Tom Rosenthal, which I'm not familiar with him, but I imagine people in the UK are. Apparently, he's a very funny guy. He does have a quirky look to him. He's a young man, but some are comparing him to Tom Baker. I mean, he's got the nose there, but the idea that he's going to suddenly be the second coming of Tom Baker is a bit unfair and puts too much on him. And if they push him to be a copy of Tom Baker, I don't think that would be a good idea. He's going to have to make his own doctor. He can look to Tom Baker for some influence and whatnot, and that's fine. But to try to copy him, I don't think that would be wise. So he's another veteran of Broadchurch, so that probably puts some odds if Chibnall still has a say-so into who will be the next doctor. So maybe that'll help him. And so he'll get in there. But the Tom Baker comparison, he has the name Tom. Yes, that's... So, hey, that could be important. So, I know nothing about the guy. I can only say, yeah, he looks like he could be a doctor. And so maybe he could do it. But boy, is he inheriting a bombed out shell of its former self. and the burden on him would be rather large. But maybe he'd be up for it and could do it. But so I just it's another name to throw in the hopper. I don't know anything yet. Even if they do come out, even by the time I post this, an official announcement that yes, Jodie is doing her final season, I don't know that they'll suddenly announce the replacement, unless they're going to do some weird way it happens, and they've already filmed scenes with a new Doctor or what have you, which would be interesting. And it could have been, that's what I said, like the Joe Martin thing would be interesting if the Doctor meets her future incarnation before you even knew that was going to happen. That would be a cool thing to do. It's kind of like what they did, the next Doctor with David Tennant and all that. But it turned out not. It was a fake. So maybe Tom Rosenthal, but there's still story and narrative and plot and continuity problems here to get there, and you need to resolve it. But since they have no interest in the show as it is anyway, I'm dubious that anyone would be thinking of that. I said, I see what's trouble. Just get him in there. He's a young guy. He can run fast and kiss girls. And that, because they want to get back to David Tennant. And boy, I don't know that'll happen. But anyway, good luck to him if he's the one, or good luck to Chris Marshall or what have you. But we'll see in due time, provided there's an ability to produce any more Doctor Who, or if that'll just be the swan song for a while anyway. And then I don't know, I guess it's all about Big Finish after that. So I don't know, you want Tom Rosenthal to be Doctor Who? Well, I mean, hey, look, your guess is as good as mine. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.